Come on back in here. This is part two. Part two. My phone got hot. Oh, yes, it did. It got a little warm. What is the degrees today? It is warming up, everybody. It is 85 degrees. So it is warming up. So my phone got hot. And what I did was I had it plugged in while I was live. And plugging in your phone will make your phone hot. So hotter than it usually is. So y'all come on in here. What's up, K Rich? What's up, ATL, Felicia and ATL? We're back. This is part two. We got cut off. I don't know if you were on the first one, K Rich. We got cut off. That right quickly. Oh, yes, we did. That's Bible. That's Bible. I'm going to post it on the community wall. Get everybody back in here. Y'all come on in here and hit the live button. I mean, the like button for me. Oh yeah. What's up, Ray? Oh, you do? You listen. This was one of the pictures I got on this past weekend, Ray. I don't know if you're on that live. I was on live. I was out shopping, and I picked up two new pictures, and this was one of them. Was one of them. But we back like we never left, Londa. My phone got hot, and it just went. Usually, when it cools down, it'll just let me go back on. But it didn't cool down this time, because I got to remember when I'm live, don't plug it in, because now that it's getting warmer, even though I had the air on, the phone just got hot. Yeah, I went back and just got a regular matcha with peppermint. So this is better. This is much better. They're really nice about it. It was like, oh, no, Starbucks is really not, Yes, Charmaine. So that's one of the ones. I think my phone is a little crooked, what makes it a little crooked, but it's up there straight. But I like the way, and the other one looks really nice too. So, and I found a couple of other pieces that I can't wait for the portrait of my daughter to get here, so I can put that up. And that's a large portrait of her as well. So she said, I can't believe you got to put that up in your. I am. I am. Aren't you my daughter? And I'm gonna put it right up in my house. What's up, Charity Leonard? What's up, Binary Code? Why was they ripping you a new one over there in Ness's last night? I think you're cool. They was ripping you a new one over there last night, Binary. Even though I don't know much about you, I just think I like when you say, "Damn." But your commentary is good. They hate on good commentators. They trying to take you down, but don't you let the devil ride, all right? Because then I want to drive. You was over there being a prophet yesterday. You was bringing it out. You stay in the back. Let me see. They were saying you and Shakim maybe will have a show or something. I don't know. He got to be more entertaining than that other guy you had. You was carrying that show when you had with the other guy. I used to listen sometime, but it seemed like you would carry that show. You would have to provoke him to talk, and you need somebody else who's just gonna talk. No offense to the other guy, but you need somebody who's just gonna talk. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, Vern? Yeah. But anyway, what's up, Tracy? So we were talking. Where they were with the old news. Why are they wasting our time with old news? But that's what they got to do. I think that Jakes won't come out with his lawsuit stuff. Thank you, Kevin, for those gifts. Jakes won't come out with the lawsuit stuff. So they got to spin up some old news and try to. Why didn't my lawn guy come today? I'm very disappointed. My lawn guy was supposed to come today, and he did not. I left my back gate open so he can come through the back. Mm. Oh, you turned off subscription mode? I don't think so. I don't think I'm on prescription. You said you ain't subscribing to nobody. Well, you don't have to, baby. No diddy, but I came. What that mean? I love your feedback. Okay. Well, I'm just saying I did. That's just an outsider looking in binary code. I don't know. Let's see. Who can we stick you with? You and Lemon would shake up. You and Lemon would probably shake up the sector together. I think Ness is one of the best commentators, female commentators. Ness is funny. A show with Ness, you know, we got to give her something to do better than just Jay Dunn. We got to give her something to do. They'll make that. They'll make the try to get some blood out of that turnip every night, and I'm like, Jesus, ain't we finished with that storyline? you know, I'm just saying. Ice at work. Is Ice at work? Oh, let me put this on Do Not Disturb. Put on Do Not Disturb. What did Donnie McClurkin do? Well, Donnie McClurkin, there's this video that is circulating around of him preaching, talking about his, life being molested and things like when he, because he's the guy that came out and said that I'm delivered. He was the original Andrew Caldwell, the original guy. I'm delivered. I'm not gay no more. Blah 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 blah. But then, of course, we get the stories that come trickling out of, him handing off keys to guys and them having them to tiptoe to his room and walking up the doors with robes open. We've heard all those stories. This is after the deliverance. So him just coming, telling his story again has come to light. So it brings a lot of people out talking about his deliverance and talking about his life and talking about how miserable he is because he's not really living his truth and that type of thing. Oh, Ice. Oh, you're right. The housekeeper, the lawn people, they all gone. Ice then ran them out of here. But I see that they're like younger, they're like getting their younger kids who are probably legal to like work with them. I think that's the trick because I'm seeing that around here, like our main community, the people that come, but they came today in the main community. They supposed to come over here in my backyard. You know how that go. But anyway, everybody just leaving me. They're gone. Double tap the screen, everybody. Double tap the screen. We are back. This is part two. You guys were really going in, and I know there's a lot of opinions when it comes to gay folk and church folk. But can I just reiterate that gay folk are the church? A majority of the church are gay, bisexual, fluid, pansexual type of people. You know, going to be able to listen to his worship album live from London the Saint, but I'm still going to play. Well, you just hearing the news there, binary. I've been hearing this since I was a pup. You know, this ain't new. Gays and women see, and a lot of times we always say that, Nicola, they sleep on the women. Is Donnie gay respectfully? Well, he say he's not gay no more. He say he's not gay no more. You know, I'm afraid so. Stories like that to keep going. $1 million question is: was he ever really delivered, or was he just saying what he knew the church wanted to hear? I believe that Keisha, that Donnie was saying what he knew the church wanted to hear, what he knew that would allow him grace as he continues to do his career, as he continues to sing, as he continues to preach, as he, She better not with that dog. She better not with that dog. Put the dog up. Ugh, I'm gonna have to close my door. There, yeah. So yeah, I believe he did say the speech, and of course, you got to tell the molestation speech to make it seem, not saying I don't want to take anything away from his experience because that was his experience, but you have to tell that story because people will more than likely say, well, okay, we understand. It's not your fault. We're going to still allow you to operate, preach to us, sing to us. We'll still buy your albums. We'll still go to your concert because you told us the backstory. So even if while telling the backstory, so if I slip up and slip on another peen or I do the bending or who do the bending, then it's still okay because I told you my story. I done told you the story. So allow me to keep doing what I'm doing. Does Johnny? Yeah, Donnie has a son. Somebody said he has a daughter too. Hmm. But he also really wanted to change, but he found it. And you know what, Kevin? And you are right. I believe you are right. I believe he did, and a lot of gay people, especially dealing in the church. You know how the church condemns you to hell. So why would you want to go to hell? I got to change. I gotta please the master. I want to make it to heaven. I don't want to be a reprobate. I don't want to be disgusting in the Lord's sight. I want to change. So yes, I believe in all of that there comes a real request to change. But then you find out, Kevin. Then you find out it's a lot of words, but there's not a lot of change. That's what you find out. You know. Mm, Donnie up is the video with Yvette Flunder up out there. It is. She's saying it again. She said it recently, JP. And that's what I was saying. This stuff is recycled. This stuff is recycled. This is nothing new. It's just new today, new this week, but it's nothing new. We've heard the deal. We even heard, when he talked about Tone, B. Slade, my friend. And he came up against him and, trying to rebuke him and knowing good and well that you would have slept with B. Slade if you had the opportunity, Donnie. Let's be serious, you know? So, but my only thing now is the question: is he getting a bad rap? Because this is all water under the bridge at this point. We've said binary code. I guess he didn't know nothing. Some other people didn't know. But this is all stuff that we've known for years, and for it to come out for more content, I mean, when I seen William posted, I knew immediately this was just for content. It had to be because this story is a nothing burger. We've already been here. We know Donnie. And since then he's doors have been unlocked and people have walked into his room and hotels suspiciously, and a lot of different things have happened since. You know. Not to mess up your "we fall down" binary code, but get on up, all right? Still listen to Live in London, good music. But my thing is, you wouldn't be able to listen to anything if your meter is to figure out which one singing is gay or not. You might as well shut up all your gospel music, close it up, throw it out the door, and never listen to it again. Okay, if that's where your measurement comes up, who you gonna listen to? Because I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's not many. We'll say that are saying that are probably as listed as heterosexual. And it's no breaking news here, okay? There's no breaking news. It won't be any gospel, but it won't be no gospels. You won't have any good singing in the choirs. You won't have any good musicians. And no, we're not proclaiming that everyone is gay or bi or not or something other than heterosexual. Not saying that, but a huge percentage is at least fluid, pansexual. So if you don't want to listen to gospel music, and don't only think it's the black folk. Don't think it's only the black folk, okay? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not only the black people. It's all of them. I know gay and bi and things, white singers, Christian singers, Hispanics, Africans. So unfortunately, at this point in our lives, you need to get what you can get through the music and not through the people. You put a callus over my heart after. Well, I don't know why you got a callus over your heart. It was way before James Cleveland. Don't talk about that because LaShawn Cleveland still got me blocked. Now she be over there at King Payne's live, the official King Payne's live, modding for him, but she won't even come over to the church sector, the carnal church sector, where her daddy was a member of, and say hello to me. She blocked me, y'all. She blocked me. Everybody double tap the screen for me. Hit the like. We only have 28 likes. We need at least 100. We got 128 people here. Only 28 likes. Double tap the screen for me. What Londa want to know? Everyone, I thought she had a question. Question is, Lord Kelly Wilmer talking about what? Are we bringing a lot of are we exposing today? I've been blocked by better. I sure have. Gigi blocked me. Now, speaking of Gigi, let me digress. Did y'all see Lovie over there shouting? Lovie be over there. Lovie, you over there shouting. They was over there shouting, y'all, dancing over there at Revelation Church. Now, Lovie, I didn't feel nothing, though. I didn't feel nothing, Lovie. I don't mean no harm. I didn't feel nothing, but y'all was over there shouting. That was good. It says, everything that have breath, praise ye the Lord. Praise him in the clap. Praise him in the dance. The high sounding cymbals, the low sounding cymbals. So you was doing the right thing. You was praising him. Now, you got to practice shouting, though, at home, though. You know, we was kids. We practiced shouting. Y'all ain't seen him shout? Get over there. Get over there on his page. Where he at? Oh, I don't want to show up because they'll sit there and they be let me see. Let me see, where's it at? Let me see. They take it down. No, it was on Revelation. Ooh, he was him. I think it was him and Maggie over there shouting. Is this the one? No, this ain't the one. Did they take it down? Somebody sent it to me too. He was over there shouting. Oh, here it go. Shepherd, rejected by... I used to be a shepherd, rejected by my father. And I think he was talking about... They were shouting, y'all. Ooh, this tore me up when I saw it. Ooh, he may copyright me too. I don't care. Rejected by my father. Oh! I think he was talking about the prodigal son. And then I guess the prodigal son, when they came home, they were shouting. Ooh, in and out of town. Ooh. You said a two-step with the heel. Oh, oh, I tore myself up when I saw that. I said, "Oh, y'all gonna have to practice shouting, Lovey. Come on now." I think that's his wife dancing with him. I think that was Maggie. I didn't look too close. Ooh, that was funny to me. A little tap tap. Yeah, that was a little 1 2 1 2 1 2. Then they got y'all got to practice that now. That what was even a little bit more funny was the shout music in the back. I don't know who his musicians are. That was a little amateur too. He don't have no rhythm. I can't talk. I can shout, but I'm not one of them dancers. We grew up shouting. We used to practice. Like I said, you got to practice shouting, Lovey. You got to practice at home. You got to pick it up and put it down. You do something. You out there kickboxing and carrying on. Practice shouting. You know, that was funny to me. Woo! Anyway, y'all double tap the screen for me. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Hit that subscribe button right up there. All right. I appreciate you. Oh man, so I don't know everybody. And like I said in the first video, I really don't like the way I understand Donnie, and I understand the culture that Donnie grew up in. It's such a taboo, and it's still kind of that way when it comes to gays in the church. But gays in the church, like somebody said, gays in the church were before James Cleveland, way before James Cleveland. But they doing the election, Scott. Yeah, clapping on the 1 and 4. Yeah, stick to the prophecies, Lovey. You one of them that we don't require anything else. We don't need you to hoop. We don't need you to shout. We don't need you to rear back and we don't need none of that. None of that. None of that. Stick to the prophecies. All right. Gays were in the Bible time. They just didn't pop up out of nowhere. Sean Nathan. Before King James, everybody say King James was a gal. So I know. Listen, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know, but this ain't nothing new. So, Mike, this ain't nothing new. So I need us to really get over. But again, demonizing demonizing Donnie at this point is totally unnecessary, in my opinion. We laugh, we giggle, we have our stories. We understand what's going on here. We understand that, again, that deliverance thing is a little interesting. Yeah, Google says a lot. What's up, Giselle? And I think that's what people get hooked on Donnie is, coming out saying, I've been delivered. I'm not gays no more. I love women's. He was the original Andrew Caldwell. And we hear stories after the deliverance. After the deliverance, we hear stories. You got Yvette Flunder coming out and saying what, she was told. And I got other artists and other people that have told me what they were told and what they saw and what they experienced. Now, my experience one time, he was preaching in Bakersfield up the road from me a few years back, and Donnie was here, and me and my friend sat back. We were listening, and after he preached and he sung and he preached, and he had altar call. Now, this was the second time I had seen him in Bakersfield, a couple of different churches, and he did the same thing. Altar call, he always focused in on the very handsome younger guy. That guy needed extra prayer. And I wouldn't say it if I hadn't seen it twice. Two different settings. At prayer, he always focused in on the good-looking young black guy. You come up here. God is telling me something, laying hands on him, speaking the word in his ear. I've seen it. I seen it. Exactly so. And they were mostly, but I guess you saw it too. Yes, I'm talking late teens, early 20s, generally, from what my experience was. I'm not saying he was doing no underage stuff. No, that's not what I'm saying. But they was definitely way younger, that little extra prayer, Nicola, a little extra prayer, a little whisper in the ear, what thus saith the Lord. Yeah. 19, 20, but like I said, I don't know for sure, but I know what the look is. The look was probably no older than 22, 23. I couldn't imagine. Both situations. And they all of a sudden became his godsons. Hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's the deliverance part, but we can see some things and we know of some things that ain't quite delivered. I'm just telling you my experience, what I've seen, Bonnie, and I've heard, other people have witnessed that too. Maybe he'll change up his MO now but I've said this before. I've said this before. You don't need no godsons. All these godsons and mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. And the thing about it, and when you have, like I said, he's in the wrong business. He's in the wrong business. This brings up too much judgment. It brings up too many thoughts and what people think you ought to be doing as a pastor, as a seasoned gospel artist. Why William reposted that? Well, I think he just reposted it just for content now, like we're doing, Breezy, because it's definitely old as Methuselah. And my only issue is saying, is he being treated fairly? Is because of that point there, Breezy. It's like we've talked about this already. So to redo it and it really doesn't. I'm saying talking about stories but is it really fair? Because we really already talked about it. I'm from Detroit, but live in Houston. He would always pop up at your hair salon to see your stylist. Who your stylist, Tracy? Who your stylist? Yes, Shelby. That video, and as you can see, the video, if he was looking much younger than what he was looking, how he looks now. It's definitely an older video. No, it ain't nothing that happened. My question too is also: has he ever thought about giving B. Slade an apology? For all that rhetoric he was on there talking about B. Slade. Has he ever given him one? I gotta ask him. I don't. Sometimes I don't like to spark things up with B. Slade. It takes him to another place, and I don't like to text him certain things. I would, but I don't think I want to text him that. Mm. We still talking about it because Donnie's still struggling. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. That's what I'm saying. Put yourself in a position where you have to struggle. I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I have to struggle. I'm just not going to do that. I think everybody goes in their life, especially in church, where you're trying to be people pleasers in church. You're in leadership and you want to do the right thing. You don't want to seem, odd, weird, strange. You want to seem holy amongst the people. You want to have a good report. You want to do all that. But, to that, it comes some where you're not being yourself. You're being miserable. Yeah. So he asked them to come up yeah, and I talked about that too. But then old school heart, to that point, Would we have ever heard that if it was somebody that they were interested in? Because comes to find out that Larry is same gender loving according to Vincent. What's up, Leah? Would we even heard that Donnie McClurkin story if it was a gospel artist that Larry actually liked? He just didn't like Donnie because I think he thinks Donnie's cocky, which I believe he is. But yeah, the people pick and choose the stories that they're going to tell. Tell us the other stories. And the only reason we hear some things is because Vincent gave us the notes, the cliff notes. Tell it all. You're gonna tell it. That's why I listen to that story and I'm like, first of all, well, I ain't even gonna go there. Because he would have went right to that room. Yeah, and that's Larry's version of the story, right? We haven't heard Donnie's. And the people around Larry are gonna tell Larry's version. Yeah. Tell it all, Kevin. Tell it all. But had it been somebody that Larry wanted or liked, since around that time is at the same time, according to Vincent, he was in a relationship, some type of sexual relationship around that time, I'm guessing, that that Donnie clip came out, you know? Yeah, he invited the men's. He had the men's come to the room. Thank you for that gift, Kevin. Thank you earlier. Some of you gave super chats earlier of the first, but my part one got cut off because my phone got hot. Oh, Donnie got in my phone and he made my phone hot, and that's why I'm saying, you know what? It's hard. Had it been Lester, we wouldn't have heard about it, Shelby. Had it been Lester, because we didn't hear about Lester till Lester got in his fifis. You see where I'm going? Uh huh. Oldest Methuselah, old school heart. Oldest Methuselah. Oldest Methuselah. Well, why is he still struggling? Is that question? If he fully delivered, get married and have a he almost got married to that Nicole Mullins. You know that he didn't. You can't be delivered if you like it. You like it, Keisha. I'm assuming you're a heterosexual woman. I'm assuming if can you be delivered from liking penis? Leah, is there a deliverance in the house for penis? Thank you, Kevin Moore, for putting the color on it. So, let's get about five more of y'all to join him. Leah, can you be delivered from Keisha? Can you be delivered from penis? He can be delivered by God, not these shysters. But you know what it's so I think it's so easy to say people can be delivered when it's not your plight. I don't want to be delivered. Tracy said she don't want no deliverance. I don't think he that's why they didn't get married to Nicole Mullins. I don't think there's attraction there for that. She love eggplants. I would never be delivered, huh? Celibacy is possible. Oh, are you celibate, LeChat? I want. When you make these statements, I need testimonials. The video is old, but it's still relevant, in my opinion. Dolly's still suppressing his sexuality. You can be delivered if you choose to. Jackie Will Perry started. He always deal with being Jackie Hill Perry stated. She'll always deal with being a gay, and she's married. Is that the I think I know who she is. Mm. They say they were born that way. Okay. God can do anything, but the question is, do we need to be delivered from? Mhm. Celibacy and suppression is different, definitely. And do you have to ask God for the the power to be celibate just because you're trying to not act on what you like? The rod and staff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You've been celibate for 15 years? How is that? Does you've been celibate for 15 years? Hmm. It's a choice. You still battling with French fries and burgers? Come on now. But you're celibate for your own reasons, maybe because these ninjas ain't. So if you found a good one, so okay, I understand that. I get you. Somebody said they're a 45-year-old virgin. Okay, JB. Biblically, you can be delivered from anything. That's a choice. Do you love God and you change more than your fleshly desires? But even if you sustain from it, Leah, does it say is that deliverance to me is saying you don't have the appetite for it anymore? I'm a 43. Oh, we got a whole bunch of virgins and celibate people up in here. He goes, I'm a virgin too with females. Oh God. A celibate for 12 years. Oh, but nobody in Brooklyn, Kevin? Can nobody take you out of that? You dedicate your body to God, God will help you. Ooh, y'all some strong saints in here. Almost a year. It don't bother me at all. Kelly Wilmer. Ooh, y'all so strong. What's up, Nicole? Oh, y'all, ooh. Appetite is controlled by you and your daily holy lifestyle. Don't the Bible say, so as a man thinketh, so is he? Hmm. So if he think he delivered, he delivered. Is that what you're saying? Oh God. I reclaim my virginity after every time. This is a tough thing, y'all. I'm just saying. This is tough. And but what I'm seeing though, and what I'm trying to compare this to is Donnie's state of mind, even though I haven't talked to him, listening to you guys saying God can deliver, I can be celibate, you can do this as a man thinketh, as a is this what torments people? Over 10 years. Oh, y'all strong. Ah, goodness. Thinking is a whole other subject. That's what I'm saying. And now are you still in sin? If you're lustful, if you're thinking, what is the reason for wanting to be delivered? That is a good question. Knows? Are you only wanting to be delivered so you can go to heaven, according to the Bible? Mm, hmm. Last time for me, 2005. Jesus. Oh, y'all some strong soldiers. Let me tell you, y'all deserve the medal. Y'all deserve some medals. I love men, but God says not to fornicate. I gave it to God. I couldn't be in ministry and be a sinner. All right. All right. Woo, Jesus. Shout out to the celibate people, K Rich. Elijah Luke, are you celibate too? Y'all holy, holy. I mean, y'all uh, temples of the Holy Ghost for real. Spiritual renewal for you. Okay. Evangelist Hamilton, you celibate too? If there was no pressure, he wouldn't feel. so down and could focus on. There's a lot of pressure. It's what he chose, his career. His career. I tell you what I be doing. I'm living. I'm just living my life, trying to scratching and surviving. That's all I'm doing over here. As if we touch it still. Well, that's a good thing. I want to have the conversation. Is masturbation out of the question, celibators? Celibators. I don't need that, but it sounded good. Is a rose red? Is a rose dear? A rose is still a rose. Y'all stay strong. I know that's right. Oh Jesus! Does anybody want to come up and talk to me about this? I was one of for 17. Jay Rochelle said I was celibate for 17 years, right after college, but I was also a live-in nanny for my pastor's children. I got you, but now I regret it because I feel like that's why I never had. I lost count of what year I'm in with no sex. It was around the 2018. Lord have mercy. But I do have to fight masturbation. Okay, that's what I wanted to ask, LL Lewis. Is that out of the question when you're celibate? Do thy touchest thyselfeth? Or baby girl, you're still a flower. Oh, shout out to Aretha Franklin's birthday today. Happy birthday, Aretha. You hope you're singing. You and James are singing in the heavenly choir. He's on the piano. And wait a minute, the dead in Christ shall rise first. Oh, I think they still down. I think they still down. They not in heaven yet. They still down. They still down. Sexually pleasure, just a masturbation. It's a journey, and God. Yes, it's sexually pleasure. So no master. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Crash out over a man on Facebook just and looking like a fool. I tell you. Will have you looking like a fool every time. I want to be whole and complete in God. I want to live holy. Well, Sean Nathan, I pray that you live holy every day. Oh God. Heavenly dove say no masturbation for me because I'm going to want the okay. So you said if you take a little sip, you can't take a little sip because you're gonna want the whole bottle. Is that what you're saying? Okay, know your limits. And you said that you don't know what you don't. Let me see. Nicole say I've been on vacation since my accident. Don't know how much longer it's going. Listen here, listen here. You gonna have to put on the brace and just go for it, Nicole. Put on the brace. Heck no, I just have not found a good. Okay, Rejoice. She's still looking. Ooh, it's not okay. All right. So you're not trying to be the holy roller around here. Oh Lord. I don't abstain from masturbation, so maybe I missed that. Did somebody take that away? No, no. So maybe my celibacy is tainted. Okay, yeah. You out, you out. You might go get you some, Kevin. Go get you some. You already touching thyself. You touching stuff. You've been made whole, Kevin. Go ahead and go get you some, Kevin. Go on to Brooklyn and get you one of them Brooklyns. Get you one of them Ricans. Go on, Kevin. You can't touch people with Oh my goodness. What's up, Major Boy? Yeah, you walked in on Dr. Ruth Revisited. You know that Donnie McClurkin always gets us to talking about sex and sexuality and the church and how all that goes together. How sex makes people happy or miserable. So that's y'all staring at them cucumbers. They don't even go by the vegetable aisle. Ooh, YouTube is hiding all these comments I gotta unhide. Thoughts that come that defile not the act. Well, they say the lust of the eye and something or other. You know what they say? The lust of the eye, and if you lust in your eye, you already sin. So that's what I'm saying. Why go to hell in a Yugo, in a Volkswagen? Go in a Mercedes, in a Rivian. Whew, I'm not going to try to be holy. I just have enough lifetime. Oh, listen here. I think we all had enough. We don't need no more. Do people miss the fact that he always admits to still liking pickles? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what my whole my issue is with the deliverance thing. It's like, what level of deliverance are we talking? Yeah, don't go to hell hell in a pinto, Leah. See, that's what I'm saying. It's this deliverance thing that I be tripped out on. Then you throw the scriptures in there, as so as a man thinketh, and all this other stuff, and God has the power. The power belongs to God. All that. Hezekiah Walker, you celibate? Because I know you ain't married. Is Hezekiah celibate, Kevin? I know he in Brooklyn over there with you. Tarsha Glover, you in here? He ain't never been the mm, mm, mm. Yeah, you know. But when you pick a career, this is what happens. The career he picked is up for scrutiny. Don't start you to lie. Some of y'all got battery powered. This girl, I was on a live yesterday, and she comes showing out her apparatus that she's had for a couple of years. She had to pull it out the closet. And when I tell you, this thing was as long as an elephant trunk that connected to the apparatus. I said, honey, in my mind, that's blasphemous. You are defiling your body. Are you any good anymore? Some people shouldn't tell everything. Oh my God. Leah is stupid. Ooh, yeah, it was a real interesting, thing she pulled out of that closet. I was like, "Ooh, Jesus, are you okay?" Ooh, talking about she pulled it. She's a lesbian. She said she pulled it out. You pull that out with your friend? Ooh, they should hit the door running when you pull that out. That don't make no sense. I finds that right. You pass away and they got to go in your closet and pull out that apparatus. Ooh, they can't even sit at your funeral right from looking at you. Just nasty thing. It was like it was so big. I was like, what are you doing with that? Even the women in there were like, why do you have that? What in the world are you doing with that? And she's supposed to be like a stud. Studs generally don't like no penetration. Saints, we just talking. Yeah, we back. Inspired. We back. Phone got hot earlier. Phone got hot. Can you be celibate and married asking for a friend? No, no. I hope not. You need to be on your own. Well, to tell you the truth, I mean, as people get older, maybe older people have sleep in different rooms. They're married for years and sleep in different rooms. Oh, what's up, fitness? I can teach them a few. Okay, you gonna teach them a few tricks. Rejoice says she's up for the trick bag, baby. Ooh, she up for the trick bag. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either, Heavenly Dove. But there's a lot of people who are married and have been married for years that they don't sleep together. So I guess you can call yourself celibate. What happened to my aunt when my uncle died? The thing she found labeled business travel essentials. Woo! Wait a minute. The thing she found that you said that happened to my aunt when my uncle died. The thing she found labeled business travel essential. What was Uncle taking for business? Oh, uncle was never really about being delivered of sin because of the changes I wanted to need. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because sometimes sex can overtake your life. Sex could really, we have, listen, sex has gone so far. We got people like Jeffrey Dahmer. We got people like, Jim Jones. All that cultism revolved around sex, control. And when all else, he can get a newbie every time, young, old, male, female, everything. All that stuff revolves. So yeah, when sex overtakes you, it's time to rear back and figure something out. What did they find in Uncle's travel essentials? That's all I want to know. Uncle was taking care of business. Yeah, I wish I would be married and celibate. You got that right. Nature boy? Yeah, yeah, all the same stuff. Unc had a double life. Ooh, Unc. He was like old Thaddeus Matthews, huh? Old Thaddeus was down there sucking a few, taking a few. He died a happy man. He died living his best life. Whatever. Uncle Vince, everything is 600 pound man. I ain't working. We ain't seen no evidence, huh, Nicole? A lot of talk, a lot of talk. We ain't seen no evidence. We can't go. Can we go to a YouTube page? Can we go to an Instagram page? Can we see all this fitness? We need to see it. John Wayne Gacy, same thing. Running from stuff. Everyone has secrets they can't tell. That's the truth, major boys. That is so the truth. Mm. Repression leads to deviance. Oh, oh God. Mm. Oh my goodness. Double tap the screen, everybody. Mm. Oh, this is an interesting thing here. It is an interesting thing. Mm, mm, mm. So, at the end, as we kind of think about things, I think Donnie does get a bad rap because he tried to please the people. He chose a profession where he had to please the people in order to survive. And he's done like a lot of other people, men, women in the church, come out and say either I'm delivered or just hide it, and get caught, you know. Yeah. What's up, lady? Sparkles. When I was sitting between. Oh Lord, have mercy. What's your man say? May have the holiest chat. Listen here. Lord Donnie brings all the girls and boys to the yard, okay? Such a seemingly sad life Donnie is living. And I think, in that TV One special he did, that said a lot. It said it all. It said it all. Of course, you have to slip people your keys. Of course, you have to leave your door open. Of course, you have to do things and go out of the country a lot. And, you know, because he chose a profession where he has to live in secret. Mm, I couldn't do that. Men at a certain age is challenged. Yeah, and they've all grown up in that same era, Rejoice. So his people are telling him to continue to suppress it, to continue to skeet skirt and live your life, live your lie, type of deal. His generation wasn't accepting to it. No, they don't want to accept that. Mm-mm. Probably doesn't want to hurt others as well. How many people he's touched and probably doesn't want to hurt others as well. Mm-hmm. 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 Well, I think Larry said that about Donnie because Larry doesn't like Donnie McClurkin. Had it been somebody that Larry likes, we wouldn't have heard that story. Had it been a gospel artist that Larry likes, had it been maybe Brian Wilson or somebody else or one of these other people that he likes, Travis Malloy, other, not calling any of them gay, but I'd say that they were in the lifestyle and they made a pass at him, we would have never heard it. We would have never heard it. Inspired, just allow all the when it goes into view, just allow it because we've already kicked the algorithm to have YouTube block everything, but just allow it. Just click OK if YouTube stops it. Yeah, seemingly such a difference between BB Winans and Donnie. Well, BB's never came out and to just to tell us his business. We've assumed things on BB, but BB has never came out and tell us his business, which he doesn't have to do. As long as BB don't get behind the mic talking about you gays, you yags, or whatever, nobody had. We're not gonna question you and the Korean boys, okay? We ain't gonna correct. We ain't gonna question him and the Korean boys. But the minute you start coming out preaching on gays and sending gays to hell, and you were in the lifestyle, then that's where we have the problem. So there's a difference. There's a difference. Yeah. I think he's jealous of Donnie's success in the gospel industry. Who? Who's jealous? BB? BB travels. BB does his thing. Donnie should have hushed. He should have. I think he should have hushed. Not the Korean. So the Donnie rumors could be false. Everything could be false, Major Boys. Everything has a possibility of being false. Oh, Larry. Yeah. Well, I can see that. That's a possibility. There's some type of envy type of thing there going. What? Which one is this? Let me pin that. Yeah, and I just don't like the way the whole story was told. I don't like the way Larry told the whole story. It was like, this nasty, disgusting Donnie McClurkin, and I'm the pure one, and all my guys that were with me, we're all pure, and I can't believe he was trying to get at us. We all know what that situation was. We know it was just, regardless of how Donnie acted, but we know that at that time, Larry was also trying to come up, trying to get in the industry, he wasn't really, even if he said he had something on the billboards or something, okay. But still wasn't a Donnie McClurkin. Still wasn't a Donnie McClurkin. So to come out and have a horrible story, and it's not the first time that Larry's told it. He continues to tell that story. But again, had it been a gospel artist that was gay or bisexual or fluid or pansexual or whatever that he liked, you wouldn't have heard the story. It's the hypocrisy for me, inspired. Because Vincent came out and had to push people out with facts and evidence. That's what I'm saying. I think Donnie gets a bad rap because you have people of same gender loving wanting to come out and expose. Yeah, we talk about things that we heard, but do we talk about it in a negative way? Like they're just so disgusting and he's horrible. He's just a bad person. No, 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 no. They're going through what you've gone through, what other people have gone through. And I believe the feeling is mutual, Nicola. Definitely on Anthony's side. Definitely. On this, but his dad was special. His parents were divorced. Yep. Yeah, Breezy. It's an extremely old video, Vaughn. Extremely old. But why not use another chance to, try to degrade Donnie? Hmm. Yeah, and see the only thing with him owning his story is the whole deliverance part because we hear things that have happened since he's owned his story, you know. So I think that's what the people have problem with Donnie when it comes to the owning of the story. I know the words are in my face, but it won't be in the replay. He wants to be revered. Well, good luck. Good luck. What's up, Daniel? But I think that people get exposed at times because they get called out on their and that's the thing. And it's not about what you're doing. It's what you are accusing other people of doing and ridiculing them for doing what they're doing. And then we find out, Daniel. And then there's a whole bunch of excuses as to why you did it, but no grace is given to why they did it. You know? Mm. After being exposed, and saying I like to little pee every now. Well, yeah, and it made it like a a jovial type of jokey type of thing to throw us off the scent. Like a little pee every now and then. Oh, yeah, everybody does. Yeah, okay. Done it over here because I somewhere remember that ran on him in the pulpit. Yes, it was an old video, Vaughn. Yeah, we did. Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely look younger. That's what I was telling everybody. Everybody know that's like a younger Donnie McClurkin, right? He don't look like that today. He don't look like that today, right? You know that. That's an old video. I think it's about 12 years old. I think it's about 12-ish or something like that years old. Oh, she didn't got this dog. I may have to lock my door. Close my door. I am so mad that my gardeners didn't come today. I better leave our people alone. Oh Lord, I was planning a little get together this weekend. Oh, I want to call them. But, you know, and I just do, and the way it was being told, it was so vindictive. It was so nasty. So just like trying to really make people dislike Donnie McClurkin. I mean, anybody with a brain knows that, listen, he's, hold on, y'all. This dog can't even open my door. Can't even get no doggone. She got a dog next door just barking. If they get the point, I don't know if they only 670 likes, huh? Y'all can't get me 200 likes in here? But there's over 200 of y'all that karma will swing back around. You know what my thing is? Why do people continue to make a pathway for karma? I don't want to make a pathway for karma. I don't like karma. But that's what people are doing. They're making a pathway for karma. And when it comes, it really comes. Yeah, that's the next door neighbor dog. You know, these older people around here got these dogs. They watch dogs. So I ain't mad at them. It's just usually they're in the house. But I remember around this time they let them out. I don't know what kind of dog it is. I don't go visit. Hmm. Well, yeah, Breezy. I mean, the hypocrisy of it all. The hypocrisy of it all. What's up, Angie? Others can be the fetish for some. They don't even realize it's like, oh, maybe they do get a little rise off of that major voice. I don't know. Maybe people do get a little rise off of that. Break through your back door, you be mad. Mm, yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't want, I don't, it's, hmm. The funny thing about it, the story we hear on Donnie, we've heard worse stories of the people telling it. We've heard people tell worse, horrible stories than what the story they told on Donnie. You had to come to the room. Okay. You had a conversation. Okay. He asked you if you were gay or asked you what y'all like boys or something. Okay. Because a rose knows a rose, right? Ain't that what they say? So the conversation, it ain't like it was a strange conversation. Donnie was in the house. So he wasn't like stretching it, was he? Well, they've always, because Donnie used to live with the Winans. He lived in Detroit. He come out of perfecting, and before he went to New York. Well, he lived in New York, then went to Detroit, and then went back to New York. You know how that goes. But that's what I don't understand the venom behind the storytelling. What was the purpose? William posts it. Now Larry comes out with the story again. So it's like, well, Don, did you do something to these people recently? What's up, Tyrone? What's up, Genus? We back. You don't know no roses. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can be in a group and you can be okay speaking freely to a certain group because you all are like-minded. If you go to an art gallery and start talking art and things, you're comfortable talking art with the people there because more than likely they are art connoisseurs. Okay, if you are a Noop or a Q or a sweet whatever Kamala Harris is, you go into the groups, you can start speaking the language of that because you are that group. Don't overdo the names, fitness. You tend to do that. You kind of overdo the names in the chat. Just eh, eh, eh. We know who you're talking about. Don't overdo. You know, give you a little rope and you take the whole. um, but listen, we've all know that we've all sat back. I mean, that's anything. That's any of us. It's just like there's a thing to do commentary on it, but then there's a thing where your commentary seems a little vindictive, seems a little targeted. It just seems a little targeted. Mm. Mhm. Maybe he said Donnie wanted to get with him. Yeah, just straight up message. Well, I mean, doesn't that make you feel like if Usher, Tyrone, if you were saying you'd met Usher, wouldn't you tell the story if Usher talked to you or something? Usher wanted to. He was trying to get. Well, that makes it seems like First of all, you the straw stirring the drink. If Usher wanted you, a Tyrone, ooh, So telling a story like that again, I still say, had it been somebody that he really liked and didn't mind the flirtation, didn't mind the pass at them, we would have never heard the story. Not us. Oh, my bad. But we would have never heard the story. But since it was somebody that I think there was some kind. I don't think that engagement was like whatever the breakdown of likeship came from. It had to have been before that. John Legend. Okay, we're gonna change it to John Legend. Yeah, selective exposure. Yes, Mary Diane. Usher is strong. No, he was sued for. Oh, that's right. Yeah, but this selective exposure is an interesting thing. Yeah, you're so right. Oh, that's why that's why the title is has Donnie really is he being treated unfairly? And I'm not here as an advocate for Donnie McClurkin because I don't agree with a lot of his rhetoric that he does. Being LGBTQ, him being in the LGBTQ community, and you getting up preaching on it. I don't. That's crazy. He is not attractive at all. He looks like he has been sweet all his life. My folks know the deal. Yeah, yeah. Said I'm going to go to hell. What should I do? Pray for your grandma because obviously she's not Jesus and she don't have the authority to send you to hell or heaven. We don't know where people are going when they shut their eyes. Not unfairly, but we see the struggle. Gotcha. But what I'm saying is, it unfairly when I think when stories like that are put out that Larry did, and it's like, come on. I mean, Lord, please. And is Donnie McClurkin a badge of honor? Is he like somebody that everybody wants to get hit on by? Mm-mm. Selective sin, yeah. And the church has select, like I said, the churches, I don't know how much percentage in each churches are gay. And just like we have Priscilla Hilliard, who's confessed, she's the same gender loving woman. She started a church. You have Vision Church, you have other churches, Vision Atlanta, Vision LA, other churches like that, but that are demonized because they are actually living in truth, that flunder, living in truth, knowing that the majority of a lot of the church is gay. I'm not going to say majority. I think that's the wrong word to use, but a lot. Now, if we say the leadership in music and such, we can say a lot. He's a singer, not a looker, right? Do I think that fitness? No, no, not at all. I haven't read that in the Bible. Open rebellion. You're not saved living in open rebellion. Okay, depends on what you deem as rebellion. To make money, he is a preacher. Yeah. I think there's a lot of pots calling the kettle. You got that right. Be a confirmed being, same gender loving. She just be master presenting exactly. Well, I think it's because I know who her girl is. I'm sorry, man. Like I always say, religion has messed up a lot of us. Yep. It's the Donnie music. Where's the, like I said, Keisha, don't, and there should be no even question if you should listen to Donnie's music or not. If that's the case, you need to shut down all of your gospel music. Your gospel music has been penned and written and made famous by a lot of same gender loving people. And I don't need any names in the chat. You got to be busting down the men's, Leah. Just live my truth, goddess. Truth is okay. Mm-hmm. Busted down, thought the honest. That's what they be. What's up, CJ? Busted down, thought the honest. But listen, everybody. I mean, we can talk about this forever, and we'll never get to a conclusion because everybody, especially in the church world, has their own interpretation of what scriptures say, their own interpretation depending on who they like and who they don't like, you know? Separate the ministry and his music from his secret challenges as well as open. Because you got to remember, gay is just in a lot of the church world, gay is a sin, but that's not like the only sin in that people consider a sin. Now they push that one like it's the number one top 100 on the Billboard chart of sin. It's number one, but in all actuality, I mean, there's others that have can be more damning to your physical and your spiritual than that. But they don't want to accept it or address it. So you can't win them all. Hmm. In fitness, there's a lot of stories in the Bible that allude to a lot of same gender loving relationships, but those are debunked by people like Wooden and a lot of other people. They don't want to hear Yvette Flunder talk about any of that. It gets too real. It gets too close to home. They're uncomfortable with it. They don't believe, that God, He loves everybody but the gays. We love you, but we like the sin. You know how they do that? It's a spirit behind the sin. Hmm. Better not read, watch, learn anything because sin is in all. Yeah, King James. They say, "Oh, king was a queen." That's what they say. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The people don't want to listen to that either. Double tap the screen, everybody. Give us to almost 100 likes. We got 240 of y'all on here and only 84 likes. Double tap for me. Click that like button. If you're watching on the television, click the arrow up and click the like button. That's what rejoice. And I wish we would realize that. I really don't care who you're sleeping with. Because unless you're in my house, you shouldn't care who I'm sleeping with. Unless you've been invited to my innermost thoughts and my innermost and my uttermost and all that. I really don't care who you're sleeping with. It's not my concern. I don't care. And I think that when we do care and when we do commentary on people's lifestyles, it's because they have shown hypocrisy. They have talked about other people in a damning way. And then we find out that they're not only doing the same thing, but they're experts at it. So, what's up, Pray Era? So that's when we find ourselves in the business. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are nosy. People are nosy, and it's it's the thing. I mean, everybody's nosy. If you're gonna tell us, we might listen. Apostasy. Okay. 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 So I think that's the biggest thing. Be who you are, be happy, don't let anyone destroy your light because Jesus loves us for being us. Right. He made you in his image. God made us in his image. But it's up to us to figure out how we're going to navigate the image of God in our lives, how we're going to display the image of God in our lives. How are we going to do that? What does that look like for us? What does it look like for us? What does it look like to me for my own being? What does it look like for the ones around me that I love? What does the image of God look like? And how am I displaying that image of God in the way that he would want me to display it? That's the question. Mm. So I don't know. I don't know. I was going to be off of this thing at 6 o'clock. I'm 10 minutes over. Worse than laying with a child. Many guys are doing over. Yeah, and that's something that people will get their just reward for that kind of stuff, Angie. And his image is not sinful. Well, that's true. I wish I had it. Sam hitting. I'm on vertical. I ain't got my stuff. Got my stuff here. Do I have anything in okay, I want to be careful. You gotta be careful with that. No, I don't have any. I'm do this for my friend. Oh, I don't see it. They don't show it. They can't show it. Oh, that's not okay. Let me take that off the screen before I mess something up. And God is not playing Russian roulette with our lives. He's not. Mm-mm-mm. No, he's not. His character is righteousness, holiness, and peaceful. That's true. There's so much more I can say about this, but I'm not. Because you go down a rabbit hole and you keep on, because like I said, the sexuality thing in church is just it's a spot where I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of agreeing because you want things to You want the Bible to match up to what you're thinking and what you're doing. And if we read it a certain way, it'll do just that. But then somebody else won't agree. Depends on how you read it. When you listen to Yvette Flunder and when we were listening to Carlton Pearson, they break the Bible down in such a way where you have to listen and you have to kind of, really, you have to really, measure it against your beliefs that you've been taught, your beliefs that you have read but not comprehended, perhaps, your beliefs that challenge you. And if I believe if we're challenged in regards to what the Bible says and maybe a particular Bible story, if we're challenged to think of it a different way, people would say you have a reprobate mind. It's better for them to say you have a reprobate mind to actually think that something that they have believed for years and years and years because they've been taught that way is like in error. It's better just to say they have a reprobate mind, you know. Thank you, fitness. Deion Ellison said, Cultivator had us listening all right. He went and gets everything his grandmother put in him. Okay. Too bad. Well, okay. The time you out for 5 minutes, Dion. 5 minutes. You're in the corner for 5 minutes because we don't do any Carlton Pearson bashing over here. It's okay. He can stay in the chat. He just got to listen for 5 minutes. We don't do any Carlton Pearson bashing over here. Manasseh came back and laid back. He careful not to get caught up. Let me tell you, Manasseh somewhere over there with that white man having dinner. Manasseh ain't thinking about all this other stuff going on. They still peeping around the corner, figuring out what that judge gonna do. What's the judge gonna do? That judge is taking his sweet time, baby. Taking his sweet time. Yeah, Dion, he had to go to the children's church for 5 minutes. Teach the children something. I don't know what that white man over there, they called him Frankie or something. I don't know what that old white man is up Manasseh over there. But he over there, yeah, he eating good now. He be over there eating real good. Manasseh, I can hang out with Manasseh. He know how to eat good. He being a good kept man. I know that. Oh, thank you so much, Shelby, for putting the color on it. Good discussion tonight, thought-provoking and funny. Thank you. That's all we can do. What's up, Dion? That's all we can do. I like when Flamin' Rose says, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to help you use your mind. Use thinking, use critical thinking. But we're not going to be able to change your mind. And I don't think anybody should change your mind unless it's something that you have completely thought about and was able to get a new revelation on it, you know? Yeah. Thanks so much, Shelby. I don't just use your mind. Don't use the mind of others. Use what God has given you. Use the wisdom and the direction that God has imparted into you. Don't be so smart at your job. Don't be so good at what you do in the secular world, in the mainstream world, and can't use that critical thinking skills in regards to the spiritual things of God. Okay? Thank you, Lady Wisdom. Carlton Pearson received a truth the church was not ready for. The church was not ready to use their mind and to actually think about and consider the actual meaning of what we've been taught. Yeah. What's up, Tara? So that's what I'm saying. They were not ready for Carlton Pearson. Had Carlton Pearson been able, but we understand where that got Carlton Pearson. Why do you think we have Donnie McClurkin and people like that now? They don't want to lose it. They don't want to lose anything. They can't afford to lose anything. They have made a career singing the gospel, preaching the gospel. But if they come out and start talking about, well, I believe such and such, and I don't believe I'm in sin because I'm same gender loving, that is not acceptable. And they will refuse to be Carlton Pearson 2.0. Let's chat. 10 minutes. 10 minutes at the children's church. Well, I'm still on now. I was on the first service, part one. My phone got hot and cut off. He openly addressed the taboo of elephants in the church house. Yes. I don't allow Carlton Pearson bashing in the chat. Bottom line. I believe it was wrong how they did Carlton Pearson. And I believe, and I know for a fact that bishops and people came in the background to support him, but did not support him. They believed him. They believed what the thought he was bringing and the revelation that he had. I'm not saying that 100% everything that Carlton Pearson said was. I don't know. I don't know. So don't. I'm not going to hang my hat on. I'm talking about what I've heard. Integrity. Well, thank you. Yeah. But there's plenty of other chats y'all can go to bash Carlton Pearson. Knock yourselves out. Let them rest. Right. So if we can't talk about it in a positive light, let your negative rest. You don't like the hot dog guy. Well, the hot dog guy, I think, is trying to be a little Carltonish, and it's not working. They use the word consciousness so many times that's supposed to catch. Consciousness, your consciousness, your consciousness. It doesn't catch all the time. They called him a heretic while they were sleeping with the altar boys. That's while they were sleeping with their armor bearers, taking their armor bearers to the convocation, taking the Puerto Rican armor bearers everywhere around with them. The Puerto Rican armor bearers are sleeping in the same bed with them when they go preach. But they called Carlton, who was a man of one wife. They called him the heretic. That's just how the church world runs around here. Hmm. Yeah, they spy. That's what they did. That's what they do. That's what they do. But he was the heretic. He was the reprobate. You know. Oh, just people, Sean Nathan, just individuals. You know. But it is what it is. This is what's going to happen all the time. It's going to be with us. Look at that Bishop Ellis. He was a whole mess. Mm. Keisha said exactly. Carlton was saying, open your mind. Not everything in the church is as it appears. Smoke and mirrors. No, they want smoke and mirrors, Keisha. The smoke and mirrors and the deflection keeps the offerings coming. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I watched that movie called Come Sunday on Netflix. That's the Carlton Pearson movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It brings some good light to it. It's called Come Sunday, and it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. Inspire. All right. So I pinned the ways to give. If you would be so kind, if you can do the St. James Show at $ the St. James Show or $ St. James Show for Cash App. Even we have a new one for the Carnal Church Sector. We have $ Church Sector. Type that for me. Inspire $Church Sector. CHURCHSECTOR. That is for our Carnal Church Sector channel. So make sure that you can utilize that Cash App as well, if you would be so kind. There it is, right there. $Church Sector. That is, you can use that one as well for the Carnal Church Sector as a donation to the platform. Thank you those who gave in the last live, part one, before my phone kaput, the Cash Apps and things and the gifts. And for those who gave gifts and cash apps on this live, I appreciate you. Hopefully we just, we were just able to have a good conversation in regards to, this refurbished Donnie McClurkin story that came back to light after years and years, and the stories behind that people have on Donnie McClurkin. Just remember that people have stories too, and all of our stories probably don't need to be put out on the platform all the time. I just hope people give me grace as I give other people grace. That's all I can, because we don't know what we may get into going forward. We don't know what karmas are tiptoeing around the door for us. But let me tell you, I don't want to open the door for karma to come visit me at all. All right, appreciate y'all. Have a good one.